Yeah, baby, we're standing in a creek right now, but you know what's more exciting than that is I am fishing with the SHAKESPEARE Micro Series Ultralight. I finally got around to picking one of these things up. They're less than $20. I don't know what took me so long, but I'm stoked to fish with this thing right here. One of the things that I really like about this rod is the fact that it's widely available. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at local sporting goods stores, you can get them on Amazon. They're not a hard rod to find, and again, they're very approachable too, because you can get this rod for less than 20 bucks. I think it's like 17 bucks most places. That's crazy. Obviously, it's super cheap. It's gonna be pretty bare bones, gonna be pretty simple, but at the end of the day, it helps anglers get on the water for a budget price, which is pretty sweet. So I'm excited to put it to the test today. I've actually never really fished with one of these before. A lot of people talk it up, but I'm stoked to fish with it. Oh yeah, this rod is offered in numerous sizes. I got the 4'6" because I'm creek fishing, baby. I wanted something short that's portable that I can just take with me anywhere I go. And a 4'6" rod is crazy, but it's gonna be super fun to catch fish on. So without further ado, let's get to fishing. I forgot I had this. Yeah, see, look, $17.99. Limited 1-year warranty, yeah. Graphite construction for lighter, more sensitive rods, stainless steel guides with stainless steel inserts, cork handles, hook keeper. I mean, this thing's like the most basic rod in the world, but again, less than $20. I'm gonna make my way upstream. I've never really caught fish in this area. There's like one big magical pool where I catch fish. And then outside of that, I actually don't catch very many fish in this creek. I'm actually fishing with a little plastic on a mule jig. This plastic's hand poured from my friend down in Texas. Now you might be wondering, Ethan, why did you go with a 4'6" rod that's so short? Well, a 4'6" rod is perfect for stuff like this, little tiny creeks and whatnot, just tight quarters, something portable, being able to, you know, be accurate with your casts. I don't need to make long casts in a situation like this, so a little 4'6" is actually perfect. That's a huge carp. He's gonna come right next to my legs. Watch this. You see that? Holy smokes. That would be something if we hooked into one of them. You know, one of the things that I always like in an ultralight rod is I like it to be a fast action. And this one's totally a fast action. It's not too whippy. And then the other thing is, it's, you know, it's obviously it's only 4'6", so it's super light. But the thing is with this size 20 Fluger, it balances really, really good. Very comfortable rod to fish with. I need to take the plastic off of this cork. Okay, and I'm not gonna litter this. I'm gonna put this in my pocket. You know, obviously it's like the most cheap basic rod butt ever. Just kind of like a, some kind of foam butt, basic cork, really simple plastic reel seat. You know, you're keeping a rod under $20. You got to use the most simple components. But you know what? Feels fine. The one thing I'm not going to be able to speak to, obviously, is how long will this thing last. You know, I've caught a couple fish on it already off camera, and it handled them exactly like I'd want it to. But hopefully we'll be able to show that a little bit here in a few minutes. Ah, gosh dang it. I about fell over. Fortunately, I saved myself. You gotta imagine there's gonna be fish in this hole. I caught a ton of fish in this little honey hole last year. Holy sh! Oh my gosh, I looked down, there's a carp that freaking long. Oh, well, I scared him, but he scared me first. Holy crap. I can't believe the sunfish aren't here. You know, things can change 1 year to the next. That's the beauty of flowing water. I trust there'll be some green sunfish up here. I'm literally just fishing behind this big freaking stump, and I got my first fish. I switched to a little gulp minnow to add a little scent, and it's just a beautiful little green sunfish. It's kind of what I was hoping to find today, to tell you the truth. Not a big fish, but we're on the board, and I don't necessarily expect a lot of giants today. I expect some little dinky panfish and whatnot. We're just ultralight fish in a tiny creek, you know. Sometimes you'll randomly find some big panfish in here, but you know, I don't necessarily expect it to happen often. There's another one. Ah, they like these little shady spots. There we go. That are tucked behind stuff like this. If you find an area where it protects it from the current, and it's shady and it's kind of got enough water, because this is, it looks like it's about a couple feet, maybe 2.5, 3 feet deep behind that stump right there. So that's perfect for these little green sunfish. There's probably a pile of them in there. Still a little green sunfish, beautiful fish. Taking it down. There, he's got it. Oh my gosh, that takes skill right there. That one's tiny, dude. Freaking tiny, look at that. It's like the size of my thumb. But this is like exactly what this rod is for. Like I don't expect to use this rod and go chase big bass. I expect to use this rod to hit little creeks like this and reach tight quarters and probably target relatively small fish. Sorry for the loud noises. We've got cars and whatnot driving right behind me. I'm in a kind of an urban creek. I think if I can find the bluegill, I'll find a larger size. I think the green sunfish in here stay pretty small. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the heck? It's a darter. I snagged a darter. Look at this, guys. That's super cool. It's just a crazy little darter. I'm not sure what type of darter it is, and I did not hook him in the mouth, but he swam over it apparently, and I felt him and I set the hook, and sorry buddy, but you know, that's kind of weird. It's kind of cool though. Little darter. All right, buddy, see you later. There's another one. Is this a bluegill? Well, we caught a bluegill. I thought that the bluegill would be bigger. Not this one, that's for sure. Now see, look at this, guys. I'm telling you, skills. Hooked him in the mouth. He's like a whopping 2.5, 3 inches long. Straight skills. I'm gonna keep looking for areas like this, little shaded spots with something that's gonna kind of slow down the current. I think the wonderful thing about creek fishing is you come out here with expectations to catch small fish, but you never really know what's gonna happen. At any minute, I could randomly hook into like a giant carp or a catfish or a random bass. That's what I really like about warm water creeks. There we go. That's better. Not saying it's big, but it's better. That's a really pretty one. Beautiful fish right there. Same pattern as the last one. You just kind of find a little deeper pool in some slack water behind some cover. You find a green sunfish. See, this is what it's all about right here. I love green sunfish, man. I don't get to catch these a lot in my area, so it's always wonderful to find a hole for them. I like this rod. I mean, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. It's like, obviously it's nothing fancy, but I've fallen over a couple times today. Ooh, I missed one. I've fallen over a couple times a day. I'm fishing in really skinny water, and this is exactly why you pick up a rod like this, because if I was to fall over and break it, I wouldn't be super angry because it's $20 as compared to, like, you know, 50 or 100. And it's obviously a very portable stick too. You know, there's not a lot of rod companies that actually put out a 4'6" rod. And that's why I went with this one. There's one. What's this? No! I swear that was like, I think that was a Goby or something. Dang it. That would have been a new species on the Mule multi-species challenge. Huh. Well, maybe it'll happen again. I doubt it. That was random. What's this? Here we go. Here we go. Wait a second. Wait, it is one. All right. Okay, I gotta get a photo of this. I got him hooked really good. What is this? I honestly don't know. I'm not good at some of these weird species. I'm good at most of the sport fish, but anything else, I don't really know. It's kind of spooky looking. I think it's a Goby, because you see that little suction cup bottom he has there? Some sort of crazy little thing. Okay, I don't want him to get off. Let's get a photo real quick. New species for the Mule multi-species challenge. Someone's gonna have to help me identify this. I'm assuming it's some type of Goby. I just don't know what kind. I'm not entirely sure how many kinds there are. Oh no, well, at least I got photos. That was cool, a little surprise fish. Honestly, that makes me happier than catching a green sunfish. Such a random little thing. Super weird looking. Oh, that was a better little bite. Another greenie? Another greenie. Pretty fish. Popped him too. One of our better ones for the day. Again, that's not saying a whole lot, but talk about pretty, man. Look at those colors. I like that orange in his fins. This is what it's all about right here, man. I love these things. Look at them. They're built like dang footballs. They're so fat. Love it. See you, bud. You know what? All in all, this is a success so far. No, we haven't found the caliber of fish I was hoping to find, but we're finding cool fish. That's for sure. Man, I got a good hook set on that guy. Another little green sunfish. I've only caught the one bluegill and he was absolutely tiny. I just wonder if there's any bigger bluegill in here somewhere. Okay, I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. This is annoying. I really should have sprayed myself like crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. There's a big dead catfish in the rocks up here. Huh. It's not a small fish. All right, whatever. We're gonna go under the bridge. Even though it's spooky, we're gonna do it. This is not fun. I don't like this. It's very muddy in here. Okay, I'm like sliding right now. It is so muddy in here. John from Creek Fishing Adventures would be proud of me right now. I'm truly doing a creek fishing adventure. It's a great YouTube channel if you guys haven't checked him out yet. Creek Fishing Adventures is awesome. Holy smokes, there goes a carp. He's right there. Big. He just went right by me. He had no idea I was here. He thought I was a tree. Honestly, people have mistaken me for a tree before, so, you know, that carp mistaking me for a tree, it's okay. I don't take offense. I'm a tall, weird-looking fella. If you want to call me a tree, that's fine. I'm not going to be mad about it. There we go. This is a little bigger. I bet this is a bluegill. It might be a big greenie. Oh, that's a greenie. All right, cool. That right there is a beautiful little green sunfish. And it's all thanks to that Shakespeare micro series. It's basically exactly why I got this rod right here. Boom, right here. Small creeks, wading around in the water, catching green sunfish, good times. And now I'm snagged. I will say this, I'm not gonna tell you this is the most sensitive rod in the world. I haven't really felt a lot of bites. It's pretty much all been detected in the line. I just watch my line, and if it jumps, I set the hook. There he is. All right. He picked it up and ran. Clearly there's a couple of them up there. I think they're competing for it. Lots of little green sunnies, man. Cool fish. All right, I tell you what, I'm impressed. For less than $20, I'm impressed. Now, we haven't obviously put it to test on anything very big, but I have, like I said, off camera, caught some like 7 to 8 inch bluegill on this thing, which is pretty solid. And you know, this rod is not necessarily designed to go out there and chase trophies with. So at the end of the day, if it can handle 7 to 8 inch bluegill, it's probably gonna handle some of those 10 inch bluegill, those 12 inch crappie, some of those little 10 inch bass and whatnot as well. Obviously, I'm gonna keep testing it, and you know, who knows, maybe throughout the rest of this trip, we'll tangle with a big old fat Sally. You never really know. But all in all, I would say that this thing is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Like I said, where I really see something like this playing in is if you are a budget angler, and specifically if you are like a creek fisherman fishing small waters and targeting a little bit smaller fish. I think you can't really go wrong with something like this. I will be very clear, it feels cheap. It definitely feels cheap. It definitely feels like something that's probably not going to hold up to a giant fish. I guess to put it another way, I don't really feel like this is built to last. That's not the impression I get when I hold it, but for $20, you probably wouldn't expect it to be built to last, so I'm not complaining about it. Anyways, I'm gonna keep adventuring upstream. I don't know how much further I'm gonna go, because the further I go upstream, the further I have to walk back to my car, but it's beautiful. Look at this. It's just straight juicy, so I gotta keep going. So let's keep going. All right, I'm thinking it's time to turn around. Are you kidding me? I just got a second one of these things. Some kind of goby. I don't know what kind. We're gonna figure it out though. We're gonna identify this fish. There you have it, folks. Interesting little goby. 2 of them. Let's release this crazy little thing. Ball is life. Ball is life. We got a new basketball out of this fishing trip. It's been so long since I played basketball. I'm always nervous I'm gonna blow out a knee or something, so I don't play anymore. But I do love basketball. There we go. Well, my honey hole paid off, just not for what I expected. I caught another one of these dang things. All right, well, this spot is a good place to catch these weird goby creatures. I think I might have to go to my backup option. This is my least favorite part about getting back, is this kind of junk. I think my trick is gonna be throw the basketball in. That'll just keep floating downstream and I'll go get it. But now I gotta get through here without falling. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, my hat fell off. What a mess. We made it through. I mean, it wasn't pretty. I gotta go catch up with Spalding. I caught you. I told you I'd catch up with you. Okay, so I've used this spot in a couple videos last year, but I have not used it yet this year. This is one of my absolute honey holes. It's a never fail spot. It's almost like a cheat code. I try not to fish here very often just because it's not even fair. But because I wanted to just put a little bit more flex in this rod, I'm hoping to find a bluegill anywhere from like 7+ inches. There's a lot of fish in general. Oh, there we go. First one. First cast equals a nice fish. There it is. That's probably about a 6-inch bluegill. But hopefully you got to see a little bit of how that rod flexes. Beautiful fish right there. All right, well, that was a really graceful release. But you can see that this is an absolutely fun rod. Look at that. This thing really bends down in the blank. It's an absolutely fun rod to fish with for these panfish about this size. These are probably like 6-inch bluegill. Oh my gosh, they are very floppy too. They're floppy bluegill. Chill out, bud, okay? There it is right there. Micro series, little bluegill, good times. There's another. Man, I hope you guys can see that rod a little bit. Man, he's digging, he's digging. And again, very similar size. So I will say this, the Shakespeare Micro Series is good for smaller fish. I can't even imagine like a big bass on this thing. I have a feeling it could get a little bit spooky, a little bit dangerous. There we go. Ooh, what do we got? Oh, it's a little bass. Okay, there you go. There you go. You see that rod's bending down to about, see that little black thing right there? It's bending down to about that. Boom shakalaka. And that's just a little bass right there. So I'm telling you guys, it could be really spicy if you get into a 2-pounder. See, that's a dink. I mean, that is like probably no more than about 8-9 inches. And that thing was really putting some bend into this guy. Huh. I just got to make the trifecta happen. I got to catch a green sunfish here and then we can call it quits. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a green sunfish. Yes, sir. There we go. Little trifecta here. Largemouth, bluegill, green sunfish. Today's primary fish species was a green sunfish, so I feel like it's such a great fish to end on. Beautiful little specimen, man. God, I just can't get over their colors. I think green sunfish are probably one of the coolest looking fish out there. You know I say that about every sunfish, but specifically, I think green sunfish are probably my favorite. Okay, I tell you what, I am sweaty, I am stinky, I am itchy, and I want to take a shower, so that's what I'm going to go do. But this rod right here, awesome. For less than $20, I don't know if you can necessarily beat it. I think it is probably the most budget-friendly ultralight out there, and it's a solid option. Do I think that this rod will last me a lifetime? Probably not, but do I think that it'll catch me a lot of fish and lead to some good times on the water? Of course. This thing's awesome for just little creek missions and smaller panfish. I think this is going to be a fun rod for just about anyone that wants to get started with ultralight fishing, but doesn't want to spend a lot of money. So, if you want to check out more about this rod, you can take a look at the link in my description. Otherwise, like I said, they're available in a lot of places, so you should be able to go pick them up at your local Walmart or whatever other stores in your area. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.